Hello YouTube, hello McTow, hello Red Pill. This is Red Pill in the Wind. Now I'm going to explain to you the backlash that the United States government has essentially allowed to happen. It involves Coach Red Pill. You have essentially told men all they needed to hear. You've told them that they're not valued, they're not valuable, they're expendable, and all this happy, wonderful swaggle. You have created a backlash that you're not that you have moved along something that you are not you are not ready for. You know, by allowing Coach Red Pill to be killed by the allies, and I use that term loosely, you have sped things up. Because these people are going to do research on that man, on Coach Red Pill. And more of these people, more men, are going to begin to withdraw from society. You're going to have bigger issues getting men to date, bigger issues getting men to settle down, and more men are going to begin to live off grid. More men are going to begin to leave women alone. All because you let one man die. One man die, a YouTuber. Somebody you thought that was insignificant, but has a lot of, could have had a lot of traction. You let that man die like an animal. And you have basically shown how valuable men are. Now I'm explaining something to you. We have the Ukraine, Israel, and a few others. If a red pill content creator went to any of these countries, the more these men go to these countries to try to get the absolute truth, you are creating a backlash. Now the men who are already in MGTOW and the red pill are convinced that they're not valued by anybody, including their own government. And the ones that are on the fence, you have moved them closer to being MGTOW or red pill. A lot of these men are gonna move. A lot of these men are gonna move off the grid, and you don't have the FBI agents to corral these men back into play, back in the line, so to say. You don't have them. You just don't got them. So you're going to have a hard time. Wish you the best of luck, but you're going to have a hard time convincing these men that it's at all in their best interest to be a part of a system that doesn't even value them. You're going to have hordes of men living off the grid, not participating in a system that doesn't even like them, that doesn't even tolerate them, that celebrates their death. One less man turns into many other men hiding from you. One less man turns into many other men removing themselves from your system. Tell me if that's going to work out in about 5 years. You won't be able to contact any of those men because those men are not going to need to check they're not going to have a P.O. box. These are the men that don't have a wife. These are the men that don't have children. These are the men that probably own property with no standing structures. So trying to find them is going to be difficult. If by chance. These are the men that know how to make their own, that know how to dry their own meats. That know the forest. In the coming days, there's going to be a lot more men that know the forest. They know the forest so they don't have to be involved in a system that doesn't like them. That is in America. Japan is already below our population levels, so is South Korea. I expect North Korea to absorb South Korea within the next 10 to 15 years. That's what I expect. And many of the men of South Korea don't even care. You know, many of the men of South Korea don't even care. You have not given men any incentive to settle down and raise a family. In fact, you've taken it away. You've essentially told them that they're not valuable by letting Coach Redpill die. A man who had resources, but with no children. Gentlemen, get your affairs in order. Have it given to a young red pillar if something were to happen. You know? Now the thing is, I never met Coach Redpill. There are some things I never agree with him. I never agree with him on, like everybody else. But they tortured him. They probably are mutilating his corpse as we speak. They probably are mutilating his corpse as we speak. Isn't that something that's frowned upon, mutilation of corpses? Are they really that civilized? That man may never have a proper burial. A man may never have a proper burial. But the backlash will start soon. Men are going to become harder to find. Men are going to become increasingly difficult to find as time goes on. And that's going to be in the United States. Worldwide, you're just going to solidify. I mean, in the United States, you have basically created more MGTOW and red pillars that are going to be a problem. Not a problem as violent, but a problem that they're not going to be willing to participate in a system that absolutely abhors them. Like I said, be prepared to see more off-grid living. Be prepared to see more men checking out of society. Be prepared to see more minimalism. More downsizing of lives. Be prepared to see less families. Be prepared to see more men who are paying child support with work, quitting their jobs, and just disappearing. Because if they fall, damn it. Because if they follow Coach Red Pill, that's what's going to start happening. They're going to see there's nowhere in any Western country that is for them. And that's going to be somebody's hubris. It's not my problem. I'm not the person that has to deal with it. But they created this. Hey, good job, United States government. You've caused your own problems. This is Red Pill in the Wind signing off.